ma mensha ase kakra bi mfam free FIFA Club World Cup na memfa transfers ne so ntoaso. Ken, one club so far no so impress me power FIFA Club World Cup no. Akwa Juventus. So far, omo 2 games ni nyina no omo win ni nyina. Ana omo hye 9 goals concede 1. Enti say o check Juventus performance of FIFA Club World Cup na as it stands now. Omo fair badly at all. Mejitu mu say ye wo teams ni bi wo ho a opponents no meshi omo no omo mu edu omo ahoden. Relatively Juventus de no beka say omo ahoden ni ense de ni suro kase pa. By the ama mani agi Juventus for a performance of FIFA Club World Cup ni nyina no. Kwan omo fa so perform ne ball na anka size say omo bo no. Ade ba kwa ma notice wo Juventus 2 games o mabo ni nyina na ye say. Mostly na omo ma branch friend say Turam mum drop deep. No na ba be so ba be the first receiver of the ball. So omo ma Turam drop deep between Cancelo and Yildiz. Emu ba akoso so ebeba no so appear inside na etimi create passes no de be generate dia kwa manim no. So far, omo build up ni omo structure na omo ball on the field of play. Ewo FIFA Club World Cup no. Ama you say Inter Milan bobo Juventus bobo ko no. Kwan omo fa so create chances. Kwan omo fa so control games. Kwan omo fa so win omo matches ne won because of the style of player omo bo so far. And akra na your friend say Yildiz no. Also so far ongu ni ho ani ma asekra. It seems say as a FIFA Club World Cup we no. Taking kra mienu omo ogidi omo pa no omo perform. Yildiz and other gule. And idea ba kwa mono to see about this guy here say possessing good and excellent technique. And idea ba kwa are unique about this boy say oh shooting from distance. We go no say you know. Until so far, was 6 points. Man City 6 points. Last game no, and a bet say between Juventus and Manchester City. Why na bet top our group no? And Juventus 2 games na ke no more ball mo de. Madrid so say 3-1 against the opponent. Na win na Madrid for nya no. One, na me expect a win for Real Madrid, which omo winning a very good say. Team kese to say Real Madrid dank about 2 games to for win and kebe ha again. So Real Madrid they winning game no a very important for Real Madrid team no. But Ken, the 2 games are Real Madrid that bono. Raul Asencio pressure wa crane so. The first game a Madrid boy you know, okoye foul ma penalty by. Aye buti a Real Madrid. Enko for criticize no. Nanu iso so okoye wakwa akoye foul yaman red card. Emma Real Madrid ebo numerical disadvantage and card ne bantem pair yi. I had dream. Ken. Before the red card, there was a problem. Sanka can't to the Bemamia. Ken on him say the me Alonso born on say or person bo high line. And every successful high line biano. And what's that of forwards no? Put in pressure. So before say Asencio, na okwa foul ni opponent. I mean the record no. Player na no crab ball no. Nanka what's a Vinicius Junior mum ema ne pressure. Press no. Say opponent mean sending in the long ball. So the first problem me notice you Real Madrid proud to hear Asencio record no. Say obi enu ho na all press the ball carrier. The oma sa long ball no. And say Real Madrid for high line be very successful. Send him ho for na impress here. The opponent be beat high line. So adie ba ko was Real Madrid for no say omo high line be successful bia na how be press wenim ho. Vinicius entimi anya sa ade no. So am the ball carrier timi nya every opportunity nya comfortable say obetima sending the long balls. At the time obe send this long ball no. Dinhausen anticipating say long ball ne beba. So Real Madrid for high line no players are no more forming the last line no. Branch friend said Dinhausen. Asencio. Anna Trent. Na the last line. The high line no. By the time at Dinhausen say long ball neighbor no. Ono ne ba nechi. So high line no mo boy anom they set offside no. Not offside na say. By problem Asencio nya any say Asencio. Ema ne maka EBT no. Running them ahead of him. Oye slow. And at the time maka no EBT na. Or running ahead of him no. Ne hu so ba ko so nim because at that time Obeka so the last man. Ofa wo ni bia na a straight record. And adia me hu say every kin Asencio pa no. Ken ye free bi say tactical awareness. Tactical awareness ni say game na ekoso no. Player ni betima take effective decision. Asencio at the time Real Madrid the chiro players ni play prior Militao, David Alaba, na Rodrygo mu prepra no this small boy na be say Real Madrid chiro na performing mimi nkogina ba bia nka say Asencio nya ade na mum physically owo aggression owo onimbo ne bo ba de aka no ne tactical awareness decisions in kitinkiti bia obetima take during the process of the game no any ade ba ko ha Asencio oya akra oni experience minim say o nyoma bebru obesua de be wo so otimi tutu ne nyoma yi so far me super impressed with Dinhausen. Ken 2 games no boy ni impressive Real Madrid for no was settling very well. Ne positional play understanding excellent. Ne ball carrying ability very good. Otimi breaking lines no eboa Real Madrid so far Dinhausen settle in other gule gradually say pekene confidence no ade aba kwa me hu ya manage ye no otimi drop deep na obeye situational right back ni say on ball right back no by the other right back in the position now waba be show any kind of situational right back so far other gules so no 2 games no nyoma ekoye de ma Real Madrid boboku na me expect say sa guys we nyina be pick your more confidence ha me say Rodrygo na nke nim say anko setting very well by so far say nyoma nkoye mfa ma no transfers ne kakra ma mention asem free Arsenal Andre Better Arsenal penny na said the only 2 dwa no one Rodrygo representatives unique football oma shasi di nkomo omo gusu di nkomo na latest e wom ni ye say Andre Better catch Rodrygo representatives say Rodrygo ne be she Arsenal jesia omo highest paid players no omo de Rodrygo ko ka ho on say enche bia Arsenal be renew Bukayo Saka e contract di amano Aombe move Bukayo Saka from £195,000 a week to £300,000 a week. Yes, say Arsenal for a catch unique football for Omo na representing Rodrygo Real Madrid for player no say. Sa top NS no. Omo Real Madrid for no Arsenal for no omo de Rodrygo beka ho. Currently, Rodrygo edge €240,000 a week. Ewo Real Madrid. O de ba pounds are £206,000 a week. Omo person de Rodrygo ko be 300 honi bi no entoma promise boy ne say so ba Real Madrid top NS no almost £300,000 a week on betimi di aba boy no Real Madrid for stance clear omo say omo nton Rodrygo na mo Rodrygo na be catch omo say Real Madrid for enton dia Madrid for expect 70 to 100 million pounds from Arsenal so Arsenal latest offer say on person Rodrygo ever close to £300,000 a week e Arsenal bobo kunim say boy ni evole na Oba be ye top NSD bi ewo Arsenal boboku no. Hilal ewo Saudi. Na ken latest offer for Victor Osimhen ye. Omo say Victor Osimhen deal no omo nko off. Omani abre. Omo say the latest offer akoma no. Na latest offer no Hilal for the akoma Victor Osimhen no. 4 years. 4 years no. 3 years plus 1. Be ye option. Be ye club option. Na sa 4 years no. The salary €160 million is Canada for Victor Osimhen. So he'll have full latest offer for Victor Osimhen. 4 years near €160 million. Every year biano €40 million. And sana bonus subscriber omo train say Victor Osimhen be accepte and answer omo accepte. What the two just say? Darwin Nunez ama Napoli for the green light, which no cre. Na reason Darwin Nunez Napoli for green light ni say after the final conversation with Antonio Conte presenting the project and your person next season will league ni on person retain this league no na UEFA Champions League omo target here say enye hwe kra was a quarter final semi final no mutimi duru enti ode omo project any bibia kire Darwin Nunez ana oni di nkomo ana o se so bampo kra na ken Lukaku ni Darwin Nunez wo anim ho gidi pa enti Antonio Conte say opeso obo Darwin Nunez ni Lukaku anim ho enti sa 2 players ni wona Napoli alim ho na De Bruyne twa passes ni de komo mo ana brantie ni agya tum na problem e wo hu nie Napoli for try say Darwin Nunez and continue salary ni so onsa na Lukaku jiska kese pa ansa na ojo ni Napoli na Lukaku ti ni sika no so ema obeje 7.7 million euros a year currently ono na ye highest paid player on Napoli boboku nim enu mpokro te so 7.7 no Darwin Nunez salary will Liverpool the ba euros 8.5 no Napoli 4% ote so waka yes e de a Napoli by Napoli in that win yes kasa say ne salary no onte so kakra Atletico Madrid force so adjoining the race for Emiliano Martinez goalkeeper no Atletico Madrid force omu njaima goalkeeper na Manchester amfa so omu so be hia goalkeeper omu nim say Oblak mo ne guys ni bi wo de by say Emiliano Martinez latest on the list of Atletico Madrid na Zinchenko de na ade tu dwa no problem akena nso so aba ne ye say AC Milan 4% Zinchenko ti ne salary ni so onim say AC Milan nyina no omo highest paid player 6.4 million euros a year Rafael Leao na Zinchenko no ono ne je 7.8 million pounds a year wo Arsenal awo de ba euros na keka ko be 9.1 million euros eno na AC Milan for any boy ni agent kasa say anko ne salary ni so because 9.1 million euros no muntimi ntua eskana Arsenal pay no almost 220 million euros no AC Milan for so betua by the salary no ana akwakoye problem say AC Milan ne Zinchenko kasa na Vlahovic de na de tu dwa say waka yesa de ache AC Milan no onim say Chelsea for so ni de tawo Chelsea for say omo monitor the situation of Vlahovic omo ne boy ne nkasa ye omo ne Juventus nkasa ye bo omo teta hwe say Vlahovic ni move to AC Milan anko ya na Chelsea hwe omo striking problem na last hour on betima boy room so omo pa brand friend say Vlahovic na ken Malo Gusto ne Bayern de no me tete say Chelsea for say Bayern for the 50 bi bon committee as you on say Chelsea turn 30 million euros na Chelsea decided say Bayern timi the 50 million euros ne ba for brand friend say Malo Gusto on be gina nkomenya mfa so 20 million euros
na Bayern be 50
I see omo hwe Bayern
Gusto 50
yes say Chelsea for the AP 50 na what is a Cancelo a returning about Barcelona be won wa
you Cancelo
yes
babede
dear eba ne kire say Christiansen free Barcelona
omo dinu ba shim
omo list no so he left for ni pay 15 million from Cancelo and to say Christiansen free Barcelona or list no so
you Cancelo
yes and na wie mu hu ya me yem se me kakra our list no so for Barcelona
and so timi boba bia
yeah otimi boba bia on say before say oko Saudi ni pokra no na enim say Barcelona pa na ope enti obetima return possibility no wo ho ye hwe na me de ma no ba besi no Two Hernandez de no na yesi Two Hernandez ade konti ana Saudi no twetwe ne ho na nyes kasem na osuro World Cup say oko Saudi a anhwe ya World Cup ne emfre no so oni Simone Inzaghi di nkomo no say Saudi home pokra no players no mu free Euro buy no mu come national team mu timi bo enti wo ban pokra na wo perform a obetima ko national team akobo ana mo sa ne Real Madrid boy no mu timi boy na boy ne say why convince ana AC Milan de o ma jo musika 30 million euros 5 million add-ons omo twen the final waka chom say ne de o convince o be join na Sesko ana Gyökeres ye no ken simple the reason why Arsenal choose Gyökeres ahead of Sesko ni na say na Arsenal kwa kotua 70 million pounds in the akoma Leipzig no ma you ready so betua scan for Benjamin Sesko no na Sesko any agent fee o demand no wosoro or more than 10% and Sesko so salary na obusa no or so pese Arsenal for ne kosoro for ni bi kai habet mo enti Arsenal for sin omu demands no muntimi
oya de chenka the tinti emfa ko
Arsenal for say wo Leipzig na wo no je 5.6 million euros
je komo man say
say o person komo ko sa 200 mark no and Arsenal for so share in a range of 150,000 pounds a week but also pay 200 ni 250
sa so mo yi Partey free rate bill no so nti o mo yi free so
say Partey
200
o mo free on say no so Zubimendi mba be shim
oh okay
enti say here o ma choose Gyökeres na head of Sesko because of demands no
okay and you Gyökeres over Sesko
yeah
right Adolson
Ken made us say Nyamisha
na dia work asa you be emam you be emfa no to asem
oh
watch about Kwamanzion
yeah asemo
big we are now our interview
oh asemo Ken Mamenchia awoshi senior man o dunkwa no fen nti baby a senior awoshi wo bia Mamenchia ni yepa Ken mame enfoma no to Thomas Tay Partey komo no mu kakra I think say e was say ye nyina yet say football ɛnyɛ emotional game. The way you think as a supporter is totally different from the way managers and club owners think. Supporters are bent on looking at a net result. We a manager, we a club owner, you look at today and the future. Emotionally, many obiara against Arsenal are not being fair to Thomas Partey.
Yes.
But rationally, Arsenal are taking the right decision.
Samo.
Let me explain to you. You see, the arguments about Arsenal and fair, no, sometimes, first of all, look, until Gabriel Jesus ever Arsenal, not Thomas Partey, Arsenal highest paid player. When they bought him for 50 million euros, they took him from 85,000 pounds to 200,000 pounds. Okay. Say me no say. Obia wenyi ewa Arsenal team numu buy Thomas Partey.
What age is saying?
32.
32.
Exactly. Trossard was 30. David Raya was 29. Mourinho was 29. Last year, they know when you a goalkeeper nam ko fan free bomb of by Neto. We only free one na Jorginho. Say Neto ko Jorginho ko Thomas Partey and a senior man with team in Arsenal want to build a young squad. Young country yen say age na wedi no. E niema mienu. So person to so bo at the highest level just what's in the salary so
yes, next.
Let's not make Arsenal a bad club.
That old team is Ikaswa. Now OT be half more adding.
Ken
say in front of some major 220 250. Otamia what do you 100.
Asamo no die.
Sane
Ken Kevin De Bruyne we did 33 when Jack Robert 34. She said or 33 to more 32. Also De Bruyne said you see and Asako Krabi. Let's be fair. It's not as if say young Arsenal when he's the oldest player in the squad. It is a Thomas Partey so Jessica no original. And yeah, baby for
Obi a cup ball now Obama last season. One of Arsenal's best players. Best player last season. Bar now Obo last season. Baby when he said and then a man ko phone say
Arsenal and Castle mo pamunu
omanye. But say oh yes search say open.
No, Ken. See, these are emotional arguments. Me maybe me yebi Kevin De Bruyne okọ na me susa agu me yem say boa Kevin De Bruyne airborne no. It was better than some of the play, but the reality was that Charlie akwani se kana orge no. Omo ntimi sustain no. Any emotional arguments na no kasa sa no tie eye ni ma mienu. Obi a wedi 32 years ekobia no. Clubs do na no. Either you open at the highest level. What's your waketia so? So person winye sika. Ye o baby a ye koji sika. Say Thomas Partey a free agent na. Ken, oko signing the ama club for floor. Obeji signing on for you. Let's not forget. Sebi, Jonathan David now one lil. As a so ye free agent on the club by club. Oji obi a proposal. Unim score so a signing on fee. 50 million euros. 50 million euros. Iti and they say Thomas Partey free. Now say on club by club or be the proposal baby a Tommy Beji signing on fee. 10 million, 50 million euros. Then Thomas Partey must have your pension. Say ne Tommy 50 million euros but on account ma unim the waiting after football. Unim the Tommy betting after football.
Still I want to say the Arsenal crown you know bet my yabo.
Obi any problem. So if you want to stay at the highest level, we should know say obeti wake to so any dey normal. Into options near mienu. Potential so mubako. Say sika na opa obeti nyi sika. Say your born person born at the highest level la. Wake to no twi mutan obi abeti so de ama no.
We then try on the Arsenal. Ateta meeting no dey besi.
Deco much respect. Ken, me monitor the Ecoso of Barcelona and their recruitment they are doing. Deco and make it 2 impromptu signings. Barcelona did not budget for it. Barcelona did not plan for it. Barcelona in their books, na omunto goalkeeper, na enka omu books. Barcelona they were meant to go by the goalkeepers na ewo hono. No more plan for goalkeeper next season. Now, last year, baby, they had Georgie Mamandashvili. And it's a Garcia. No more stadium. Say, for wine. And Mamandashvili signing him for Edema, Liverpool, or Aka one Garcia and Barcelona for Sakwe. We are eyeing him for next season. Any Barcelona for budget him. Only for Andy Barra agents, no, or Manchester, any city for Kasai. Or London, any Arsenal for Kasai. So Arsenal, since in Barcelona, I can't know, bro. No goalkeeper, my eye was Spain one or. So they needed to make a quick decision. It was not in their plans. Their plan was for next season. In the budget, you know, or man budgeted for goalkeeper, but they needed to pay 25 million cash down. Okay. Now, Barcelona power plan was that I was say omope backup for Lamine Yamal and Rafinha. Now, what check Barcelona for any one? The natural wingers ankasa wohono. We Lamine any Rafinha free wine oh. Ferran Torres, they don't see him as a natural winger. Daniomo obofi wa onye natural winger. Natural wingers ni yeminu. Inti plan ne se I was say ye players bi ba. Yen sign back ni yen promote back from our junior team. Akwada no mo ni mugidie na ye Noah Davic half season and no mu se emfa akwada no wo junior team na omkofa ni free Germany buy no and na yenya Danny Rodriguez wa wo she Barcelona nkwada no one of the finest players Danny Rodriguez inti ye be we season coach no started say all man a chance Danny Rodriguez no obo left to sell Lamine Yamal and against Valladolid ni nsemu ko buye wa wo she sa game with Danny Rodriguez ni Inti Rodrygo no him so be sanso aba back. Yes, pre-season on team start. Na just say plan no asanso asai. Inti I was say Barcelona quickly. Omumpo bi mbeshim, but we don't have budget for it. Okay, then comes in Aquarana Barcelona for no. Ronnie Baji. Me pamucho say football to the beer. Ronnie Baji oji din crash Lamine Yamal 2023 Champions League. Aquarano Copenhagen versus Manchester. Copenhagen gave some ball group stages, you know. Also, ball left to sell Lamine Yamal. This boy, no new ball brutal. Almost man, you teams City, Arsenal, Manchester teams and Cancelo for the national open and Ukonya ACL. The way Inti say Ronnie Baji ni diba for moi. It was not because no ball. Very good player, but ACL and it slowed it down. Nyame aduma December the contract he been away. They proposed to Barcelona. Akurane just 2.5 million. Now 2.5 years sika. Inti Danny Rodriguez position was solve our position with just 2.5 million. Now the bigger position here, right, which is Nico Williams. And Barcelona for a try to find a solution. So already they could make it 2 signings here. Then in the book. And as I say, he's working on the Nico Williams deal. The Joao Cancelo deal, you know. Christian said he needs to leave. Coach say game he would want to play Jules Koundé as a centre back. Then Van der Sar, first choice, but a buona Monaco for airborne. That is why Cancelo dia between by 15 the about 15. So Deco will find solution there. Down the Nico Williams conversation again. Quite obvious to say. Sometimes diplomacy, yeah. Barcelona want to be gentlemen. But sometimes we are radical kakra here. The Bilbao for Chirano. Ken, Bilbao show clearly says and ne se boy ne castle be board them buying na. He only buying when chimbe negotiations at Sabono so the ama buying. Chains of beton the ama basa. Bilbao stands no my and clearly they don't want to sell to Barcelona. But buying when chim problem in United, this boy wants to go to Barca. Senya sa ka waton no amaden da because o se buy and bar negotiations here by Barcelona to escanako. You see, you look at the stance of Atletico Bilbao. It was Barcelona ya radical kakra. I don't know must start say no. When did you see say Barcelona manager, board of director, sporting director be ye interview akobo club for player din e interview what was me that for the very first time and no adeku tina say ampa boy ne na kasa boy ne show willingness so bebo we are working on it e was see any hey
do me catch no so nkwase sane ne man
oh Barcelona de katashi FM eto de bia eye hwe kitwe bi Rodrygo Goes Ken ade a metia na me ya ne say se play bi enya de na ne bɔ no money eba from one near the Kwashe Football Club. Rodrygo goes, let's be fair. Season way, we lose so form. And yes, so be penance or Madrid. Brazil national team. On team more than saying. I can give you several examples against Paraguay, Chile, Peru, and now Colombia, and now Argentina boy crowd. Well, also, even at the national team, born on team more. It is not as if someone or being penance now. Ada Gule at Nasi, not Tichiri. When this guy was playing, it is a form about form. If you want to be fair to this guy, tell him to back up. No sounds in position. Because Yaman only said the last bet 21 games, why should go back up? Form no form. It's instead of we telling this guy the truth. Oh, and Madrid form penasem and the club for Madrid so nimbo. It is as if Madrid are not giving this boy a chance. They are giving him several chances. Form and they form.
Oh, Kaidebi inti Kaidebi de ni here pa.
Hey, and then Keho Saloon called that Super Madrid number 9. No, big club body here. You're for emotions in Koho.
Okay.
Form and they form. Tell truth this to this guy.
And you what we gonna know? Kaidebi but the idea. Biggie.
Ken.
Not the phone kind of. Why? Sana Botti.
Ken, Mama Shasha from the Club World Cup. Raul Asencio. Ken, a Branton has to be talked to. Seriously speaking.
Why they?
Red card no could be a number.
Now be question Madrid no quota and why they? Could I only moment question?
Number so so.
There's what Jamon.
I know between me German.
Okay.
It was in the 7th minute. In the 7th minute, game named Drew Babia. Game named Drew Babiano. With his absence, Real Madrid winning game by 3-1. Meboa. 3-1. Into clearly. Now, yes, side they beat me threatening to Real Madrid, saying, "Come shares our first goal in poor." At that stage of the game. And you were in Kwa. In the first game, a Real Madrid boy, or could make a needless penalty in the 18-yard area. And a avoidable. And a way to swat our Baba Betoso. Coach na kasa Zabi Alonso says our red card na Branton kokoye ye no na ni sen koye sa attack no but omo ne be kasa the entia make kasa say kwada na ye careful ne say coach take over a new job ken obi a offer adwuma fufuro obi a pass mdwedi aye adwuma eti wo obetwintwa na kwan obama adwuma na ye den dia ma no wo obetwintwa na kwan o mani ntimi nya adwuma no say de opeso oye ne be wiase no just wo you sin che no no ne to na adwuma so Sabi Alonso expected so be a good start for Real Madrid. Now Boadia Sumbia Breno and Club World Cup in the is our platform no. And you that good start. It is over a problem the amana. Or be do away with you. Ebe we ask no. There are going to be other players or more opportunity more mabo already. Bernard in house and able for Real Madrid Bobo no. Should Rudiger be 100% fit? Now you two central defenders on best started the Real Madrid. You be overlooking player friend say Raul Asencio and two side the same mistakes we can one and now the one ball bono or Real Madrid bobo konim. And there was so many akoda and kasa. Not a son never be brave about the play no. He's a good player, no doubt about it. But you can't continue like this. Time be with team nibe here ubiano. We only one farmer team no. No mistakes na riba be hat team in there and now the beboa. Ryan Sheki also had another good game, Ken. In the start, in the first game for Manchester City, encore as expected. Until there was a lot of backlash. And another backward. So say, ye players among my baba be Manchester City. Abe Felito Kro, Kevin De Bruyne, Jatuanum. Now you decide, say, ye be Sika Baba Fawa. This is not the kind of performance I may expect here through. But after that first game, he had another opportunity in the second game. Who you go no share the Tunchaya? The performance wasn't bad. Can game no Bermuno. Wambambe Bobebre, he spent around 17 minutes in the game, or completing 90% of the passes. Out of 18 passes, no boy, you know, he completed 90% of those passes. Or when they 4 dwells, on the body, and now 2 ball recoveries, a completed 2 dribbles, and was also topping it up with a goal, 27 touches, and it was good for a player. I beboa, I'm an settle, no settle very well. Our Manchester City Bobo called him. He only has to continue like this with the performance of the Maya. I will game anymore. Okay, now Barcelona. So ko sra obi na ebreso se ukọ na bia nipa na hwe wani mu a wa wonko na nipa na ye kind enough no approach you catch you say oh obesra me na me ka se bra but se sia ba bia duru ne de mesrew ebi anka fa wo niema ne kɔ because ebi kura mpo a na aduane sɛm ho ayɛ din wɔ fie ebi kura na sika sɛm nhyɛ da nkɔ yie enti me sɛ fa wo niema ne kɔ a ken respectfully nipa ne de ani di ama wo ɛsɛ sɛ wo sesa wo niema na wo kɔ asɛm a meka yɛ player friend is Andres Christensen Barcelona needed a centre back and Omokofa Christensen and didn't free Chelsea and then the buyer a very good central defender but a branch and Barcelona and starts and they okay but along the line and Yamaba be BBA or Honum for whatever reasons there have been other players on Mababa be doing him say on the pecking order wa form and there's a Barca static gamer two central defenders are Barcelona Belusi Pau Kubasi and Inigo Martinez season now you bowie no players me no we actually omo bobre o Barcelona bobo konim to the extent say coach na baba benya gidie wo omo one player was surprised you obia with the performance over the years has been called Pau Kubasi ohani age and then the performance oba expectation ko ya akwada ontimi mobo na obo no but a lot of the times he's been a savior at the back for Barcelona highline omobo na say take mu a most of the time is that player or pace inti obe make sure say sa clearance no betimi akwakoye a young player and the anticipation is so high obe drama wo na okita ball no almost of the time so obe hu be bia the ball ne befa no watimi aye that block and after interception e dey ama Barca ball boko no akoda na penny deuce and was cementing position e wo Barcelona Inigo Martinez nso so ba be that senior figure that experienced leader Barcelona be here Inigo Martinez yes adwuma no enso de ma Barcelona boboko no etienne Barca starting game no pe two central defenders these are the two Barcelona be fall on oyo mo ni free one mo Eric Garcia clearly coach na chese open no he is a player he gives you options there have been times Barcelona able game na Barca be here so be slot in the right back position ubenya Eric Garcia or as a central defender obekwa no waboa at the left back position obetimi akwa gina ho na waboa etu ono so cement ne wo Barcelona bobo ko nim say onya start ampo because of options no de ma wa chi ne ken coach ne pa brante no etu oyi two central defenders we free one we are Jordan ne baba be she honum is Eric Garcia and then Araujo and so you available etu player your friend say Andres Christensen ken on the pecking order of Barcelona central defenders order be fit and clearly so what's na Barcelona unya game ni bi more at the age of 29 minim dia wo pressure over fight with Barcelona if they've been charitable enough no man me too no man what din komo say situation wo ni ye be person obe free bobo korim na free space for other players no mo so aba be wura mu a e was a brand any gitum no make sure so obe free Barca bobo korim oba so odo okra na da ase na ngambe so so no obiem oti wonom no say coach ni hia wa that is different and obeka so fighting for position but coach no wonom ni say hia. So what kind of position are you going to fight for? And I was a player to move him. Man nya kwaduro player. No one decided just because Bosomi so ebe to an kanti or better na Barcelona bobo ko him. Emfa so ma. Ken ketwa bi on Rodrygo. I feel say nani nye wo team my friend say Real Madrid mo. He has to make a move to Arsenal. Arsenal are ready said they akwala na hwehwe bi omo de be ma no. They are going to make one of the highest earners and number 1. Number 2. There have been a lot of times that Rodrygo are complaining or Real Madrid bobo konim. Say the rightful position I had the left wing onyamo because of Vinicius Junior. Ken Arsenal bobo kono. Asha Branti and bossa oba. Sa position no be mano. Arsenal best winger e Saka. He plays on the right wing. The other flank is Martinelli. But Martinelli performance has always been up and down. On your bad player. But that consistent grade A performance unyam free Martinelli ho. And between Martinelli any player friend say Rodrygo goes. So Rodrygo goes that's the player into the Arsenal team. That left wing position no obetimi arrive Brandt and no age the free in no na starter. It's these things that Arsenal are promising Brandt no. If you feel say na ninye e wo Madrid bobo ko ni mo a. Mpanifo 6 corridors so ayantena fa akonya nim guase. Brandt ne nko Arsenal no. Na the preferred position. Ade bi ono no feel so oba obeye the best. And after you bring the best from Rodrygo, I had the left wing, Uncle Fano Monfamo Arsenal. They are building a project that possibly Omunya top-notch quality players to say Rodrygo Kahwa. I bet Boas and Bobo